Hey, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Jessica Blum here to talk about the threat of severe weather over Nebraska mainly. But I wanted to start out with a big picture because this does go all the way up to a moderate risk today for the threat of severe weather through southeastern Kansas, portions of Missouri, Arkansas, and mainly in Oklahoma as well. So as you look at those colors, the worst of this is going to be down to the south of Nebraska altogether. In fact, the latest discussion as of 8 a.m., because we just got an update, didn't change too much for really at all Nebraska, but the summary from the Storm Prediction Center says significant severe weather is likely from central to southern plains into the Ozarks today and tonight. All severe weather hazards are expected, including tornadoes, some potentially strong to intense, very large hail, and severe winds. So looking at what area you might be and what color that pertains to, Lincoln is in yellow, extreme southeast Nebraska is within the enhanced orange color. So let's break that down real quick. What we're expecting, scattered severe storms in eastern Nebraska, usually on the short-lived side, but some of them could be intense tonight. And we're mainly looking at some hail, but once you get towards southeast, extreme southeast Nebraska, toward Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and those to the south, you're looking at numerous to widespread severe storms heading into this evening and tonight. So again, we're going to focus on Nebraska. There you see it, the marginal risks in central Nebraska. A lot of us in eastern Nebraska are in a slight risk, meaning we could see a watch tonight. Their chance for a watch would probably be within the enhanced risk, but we could see a watch tonight. We will be watching for severe storms. So be weather alert today, especially later this afternoon into the evening hours. Breaking down the risk for severe weather, this is the risk for a tornado. You can see most of the state is in a 2 to 5% chance of seeing a tornado, which sounds low, but the chance is there. The EF2 or higher tornado, those chances increase with this black hash mark region and yellow color down in extreme southeast Nebraska, meaning an EF2 or higher could be possible. But as you can see, a large hail is going to be the main concern. Now we've got black hash marks over all of eastern Nebraska, even red and hash marks in extreme southeast Nebraska, meaning the probability increases, but hail 2 inches in diameter, if not larger, will be possible with storms tonight. And then damaging wind is also on the table, mainly for those in southeast Nebraska, from around Omaha, Lincoln, and that branch of I-80 down to the south and east, again toward Kansas and Missouri. Stop me if you've heard this before. I feel like a lot of our risks actually are set up kind of that way, where extreme southeast Nebraska can see a little bit more than maybe most of us. What may have some of us concerned is some of these morning model runs. They do take storms right through Lincoln, so the risk for severe weather will be there for Lincoln and Omaha this afternoon and evening. This is 2 o'clock. Morning showers, morning storms, kind of out there in northeast Nebraska, but southeast Nebraska doesn't see precipitation for a while, and actually some clearing before we see these potentially intense storms popping up. So we're going to look at the Nebraska view with this model before I zoom in on southeast Nebraska. So everyone kind of across the state can see storms. That was 6. This is 7 o'clock tonight, Central Time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Still out there into early Tuesday before clearing. Let's go to southeast Nebraska. Beyond noon Monday, May 19th. Clearing. Anytime after about 2 to 4 p.m. we'll be looking at storms. I think the better chance for start time for these storms is between about 4 and 6. But you look how quickly these pop up across southeast Nebraska. And what I do want to point out, past 6 o'clock, is even if we miss these storms to the east of Lincoln, watch what happens after 6 o'clock. More development back to the west to watch for. That's 8 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock. Still storms are out there. 10 o'clock. And then moving on into early Tuesday. I also wanted to briefly mention, we saw a lot of rain last night. Some 4 to 6 inches, especially down this region. I think it was Clay, Fillmore, Nuckolls, and Webster counties toward Kansas. A lot of rainfall. If thunderstorms come over the same areas tonight, there could be a risk for isolated flooding events. We've got a medium risk for excessive rainfall toward Omaha and the Missouri River, you'll see, east of Lincoln, but Lincoln is also within a low chance for maybe some excessive rainfall. We saw about 1 to 2 inches here in Lincoln, over 2 inches towards Seward. So some much needed rainfall. I know some had a hard time going to bed last night. I was here doing a live on YouTube in the early morning, and it was kind of my first run at it, and had some 50 people up with me in the morning. So that was good to see. I will try to be doing more of that as needed to kind of pick up on Rusty's coverage and his live streams as needed once he goes home, and then I continue on the rest of the night. But this weekend looks a lot cooler beyond today. Lingering storms into Tuesday, kind of clear out, but still mostly cloudy, breezy tomorrow, Wednesday. 60s this week. Come on. I finally had time for the pool. Or was going to make time for the pool this week, and the weather just doesn't look great for that. But that's okay. Comfortable. We need the rain. We'll take all the rain we can get, especially dodging the severe weather. So we'll hope for that. Again, stay weather aware Monday, especially beyond 4 o'clock, 4 to 10 p.m. time frame, especially for Lincoln.